I feel like we can make all of this into clips where I just say random opinions, like 1 minute rants. That's the most nuclear clip. I'll be like, Firefly is completely dog. Okay, is Firefly going to be better than Acheron? Okay, Firefly versus Acheron. That is a very, very good question. It's a very thought-provoking question.
¿Por qué no los dos?
I will say this though. My personal opinion is, as of the content we have right now, everything that you guys see, or rather all of the endgame content that you guys see with Firefly, is through rose-tinted glasses. The Memory of Chaos buff benefits Witness Break. The Pocket of the Shadow benefits Witness Break. And the moment these buffs disappear, then you can have a little bit more objective view on the actual impact of Firefly. So right now, it might be a little bit biased. Okay, think about it this way. If Firefly does not perform right now, when the hell is she ever gonna like perform? But yeah, this is like the prime time for Firefly. So I will believe that when she comes out, she's gonna perform very, very well. In fact, it might just straight up outperform Acheron, stage for stage. In the future, when we have like access to buffs that are not tied to like Witness Implant or whatever kind of stuff, then that's gonna be great. Then we can have a little bit more of an objective view. Another thing to consider is Firefly straight up has Fire Witness Implant, whereas Acheron, unless you are running a E6 Acheron, your skills, they are not going to be dealing toughness bar damage. It is only going to be your ultimate. So you could make a point where Firefly technically will always be on element, because the moment you open a technique, you're going to apply Fire Witness, right? So you could make a case for that. Something to consider. Another point to consider is team building with Firefly and team building with Acheron. I would say Firefly right now, she has a very, 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 very fixed comp. Omni Trailblazer, Ramei, and Gallagher. Pretty much it. If you want to drop Gallagher, you might just run in like a Bronya or something. Just give it a extra turn. If you want to run Sustainless, right? But there's pretty much no replacements here. There's no world in a sense where your Firefly will lose a lot of damage if you miss Ramei, if you miss Harmony MC. Whereas for Acheron, it's not that bad in a sense where you can kind of still get her going. So the fall off for Firefly is going to be bigger compared to the fall for Acheron if you don't have their like quote-unquote best slot team comps. So that is going to be that. I would say that E2 Firefly feels stronger than E2 Acheron, because E2 Acheron, fundamentally, it doesn't really change a lot other than the additional stack and the allowance of you going to 3+1. So at E2 Acheron, you can pretty much just run no sustain, double Harmony 1 agility, get your Bronya Stare Sparkle, get your Ramei, then just step on agility. You're gonna just kill everything, right? Whereas it's not really like just Acheron, it's more so like it opens up the flexibility of like team building for Acheron in the E2. Whereas Firefly's E2 is it's really reminiscent of like E2 in Inhibitor Lune. 撕裂星海解放，万军雷霆的巨响，摇撼星魂激荡。It is really, really reminiscent of E2 in Inhibitor Lune. Except that this extra turn, it will happen every single time. Because in Inhibitor Lune's E2, it only happens per ultimate, right? Only after you cast your ultimate, you get an extra turn. But for Firefly, every single time when it's her turn, whenever you break a target or kill a target, you get an extra turn. And with the structure the way we have right now, you are pretty much just guaranteed to break something every single time in Firefly. Like almost every single time. Then you'll get an extra turn. Then this thing will have a 1 thing cooldown, so you can't just go infinitely. Then the moment you 2 turn ends, you reach Firefly's turns again, you will just get another turn when you break the target. So it can be like almost every single time you're gonna have 2 turns with Firefly, which is ridiculous because it doesn't reduce the cooldown of your kernel. Like there's a little kernel with a fixed speed of 70, which expires after 143 action value. It doesn't go down, which means that you effectively double your actions during this ultimate state without affecting the duration of how long this ultimate state lasts. It kind of feels like it changes a lot. On top of the fact that the E1 is really, really synergistic because now your enhanced skill doesn't even consume skill points. So you won't even run into skill points issues even after getting E2. So I would say that Firefly, her Eidolons, they are looking really, really juicy. Her E4 is completely dog, by the way. Her E4 is completely dog. It's basically rest. Unless you're somebody that's like really unlucky and you guys get crowd control and that kind of stuff. I would have preferred if the E4 was a little bit more offensive oriented, right? If it was a little bit more offensive oriented E4, then that's gonna be great. But unfortunately, it's like defensive. I don't know why the hell. Her talent and E4 just feels so wasted. Like who cares about reduced damage taken? Or like who cares about like effect rest? I just want to deal more damage. Just give me more damage. Like I don't understand why are you giving me a DPS unit rest? This is not League of Legends. Blood is not Darius. Blood is not Mordecai. This is not an off-tank like bruiser meta. I just want to deal damage. Let me deal damage, right? So yeah, unfortunately the E4 is a big miss. E6. Okay, this footage right here that I'm showing you guys right now, this is with E6 Firefly. And notice how this is with the 50% witness break efficiency, plus run mate, plus our own budget when it comes up. And it is still nowhere close to halfway mark of Apocalyptic Shadows. So a normal player running this stage, it is gonna take a while. It is gonna take a while to break her. This is literally the best slot break team, and it is still not even half bar from a single enhanced skill. She's a thick woman. Also, yeah, Firefly does absolutely zero damage unless you actually break the target. Like zero. Like completely nothing. This is with the break. So she finally broke and then you get it. Oh, this is the part. One hit, 62% hit, boom, 1.3 million, and then you just one shot of it. But you do need to break the target. If you don't break the target, Firefly is just gonna be very unfortunate. I would say that E6 Firefly is good, but it feels a little bit underwhelming for an E6. Like it would have been a great E4, but then they top it up with something even better for E6. It doesn't feel like E6 Aircron. E6 Aircron is like, holy that is some crazy E6 Aircron was really, it was, oh my god, it was, oh my. And even E6 in Biblical Lune is really good because Blood just gained 60% imaginary rest, which is crazy. Whereas for Firefly, is like it increases the break efficiency, right? So technically you can break sooner and you will deal damage faster because you won't do any damage unless you break the target. So it helps you reach that point faster. It doesn't feel like an E6 impact item, you know? Yeah, it increases, but it doesn't feel E6 worthy. 20% fire rest versus 60% imaginary rest. How are you gonna compare that, you know? 60% imaginary rest, it means that in Biblical Lune will never be off element in that sense. Because every single enemy will have 60% imaginary rest. So, yeah. Could have cooked a little bit more for the E6, in my opinion. But the E1 and E2 is great. E6 Yingling is better.
撕裂星海解放，万军雷霆的巨响，摇撼星魂激荡，惊涛骇浪胸口。You have cooled your last cool, my man.